All right, you're live.
Let's go. Let's start today reclining on your back in reclined pigeon. So just lay flat, bring the soles of the feet to touch, and make a diamond through the legs. So you want this to feel just really relaxing, really comfortable. The diamond shape in the legs doesn't need to be tight. If it feels like too much on the hips right at the beginning, hips aren't warm yet, they're not ready to be this open, just take fallen bridge, planting the soles of your feet on the mat and letting the knees knock inward. Try to wiggle around for just a second so that the whole of the spine feels lengthened and long. Tuck the chin toward the chest a little bit and you'll feel the back of the neck open up toward the floor. And then start to come into stillness. You can bring the hands and just rest them on top of your belly. You can reach them overhead for a little heart opener, or just let them rest alongside the hips and then close the eyes. So just like last week, we're going to start with 3 big breaths, and then we'll jump into our movement. So I'll cue the breathing. It will be a little shorter than last time, but should open up a deeper breath capacity to bring into our movement. Moving meditation, we can call it. So take one just regular natural breath in, and a full exhale, let all the air go. And then on your inhale, fill really deeply, feel the breath come into the low belly and all the way up through the chest. Hold the inhale at the top. Just keep it in there. And now full exhale, let the air out through the mouth. It's okay if you make some noise, no one can hear you. Hold the exhale, so when you're empty, don't inhale just yet. Now again, big breath in, try to make it bigger than the first. Feel your belly button, rib cage, and chest expand. Hold the inhale. Maybe you can take a little sip of extra air in as you're holding. And then big breath out, let all the air go. Hold on the emptiness just for a moment. Last time, deepest breath in, fill. Again, feel the center cavity inflate, just like a big balloon. Hold the breath in at the top. Keep holding just a little longer. And then exhale all the air go. You'll feel like the body's sinking a little bit deeper into the mat as you breathe out. So now you can kind of come back into your natural breath, trying to inhale and exhale out the nose to create some extra fire inside the body. Take your hands, bring them to the outer edges of your thighs, and just guide your legs closed. Pull the knees into your chest. You can flutter the eyes open if they were closed. Start to rock side to side and back and forth, just kind of exploring the structure of the spine, how it feels on the mat. And then a little bit of momentum, rock back and forth, come up into tabletop. So you'll move through a seat, just roll over the knees, plant the hands, plant the knees underneath the hips. And then a couple moments just free movement here. You can take cat-cows like we normally do, maybe circling the spine one direction and then the other, or pressing down into child's pose for a moment. So I'm not going to cue the movement, just let you go with what feels right today. No one can see you, so just let yourself explore. You can even close your eyes, and that might invite a little more freedom because you're not stressing about who's looking. So whatever you're doing, if you need to match out the sides, go for it. And we'll meet in a neutral tabletop pose. When you're done, tuck the toes under. Start to press into the hands, press into the toes. Your inhale lifts the knees off the mat just an inch. Hold for the exhale. Take a breath in, tighten your belly, and downward facing dog on the exhale. Shoot your hips to the sky. Keep a nice bend in your knees. Don't stress about how low the heels reach the floor. Focus more on pulling the armpits toward your knees, opening up the chest as you lengthen out your back. Maybe walk out the dog, bend and straighten into the knees. One at a time. You can do them both at the same time, bending and straightening. Take one more breath in, whether you're still or you're moving. Full breath out. Level out the heels, bring them into one line. lift them up on the ground, take a breath in, bend your knees, gaze between your thumbs, and just take 2 or 3 steps to the top of your mat. We'll meet in a forward fold. Start to widen your feet, another foot space wider than hips width distance. So we'll take a wide leg Ragdoll Pose. Generous bend in the knees. Let your chest melt over the quads so there's a little bit of connection between the rib cage and the quads. Neck is loose and relaxed. Let the crown of your head just melt down toward the floor. Can bob up and down or sway side to side as you'd like. Bringing movement and length through the spine. I'm using gravity to help us as we're folded forward. Take 1 breath in here. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Keep your feet wide. Again, keep the generous bend in your knees. Take your left palm or fingertips. You can always spider onto the tips of the fingers. Take the left palm beneath your face. On your inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Bend deeply into the left knee and gaze up toward the right thumb. So just a wide arm twist here. Bending into the left leg is going to make the twist more accessible. Take a little strain out of the low body. 1 more breath here. Use your exhale to switch it out. So your right palm plants beneath your face. Big bend into the right knee as you extend the left fingertips toward the sky. Gaze up if you can. Big breath here. Open through the chest. And exhale, forward fold. Start to heel toe the feet together beneath you. Maybe big toes come to touch. Leave a little space between the heels. Take a breath in. Lift up halfway. Palms to shins or thigh. Press the crown of your head forward. Gaze is down for a long spine all the way through the neck. 1 more breath here. Forward fold. As you breathe out, relax the back. Inhale all the way up, high mountain pose. Reach the arms overhead, grow tall. Ground down for your exhale. Tighten the belly, hips scoop under for long low back. Breathe in here. Open arm twist to the right as you exhale. Just twist through the chest and the core. Hips stay pointed forward. On your inhale, square the chest forward, palms together overhead. Tiny back bend, heart lifts to the sky. Exhale, right back into your open twist to the right. Inhale, palms together overhead, little back bend. Exhale, open up, twist to the right. Last time. Inhale, palms together overhead. Let your gaze follow the hands as they reach up and back. Exhale, chair pose. So sit the weight back into your heels, deep bend in your knees. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Breathe in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, high mountain pose, get tall. We'll take out on the left side. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Try to look back over the left thumb. Inhale, forward, palms together, back bend. Maybe the back bend start to get deeper. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Let the gaze follow. Inhale, palms together, overhead. Lift the chest up and back. Squeeze your glutes as the spine bends. Exhale, open arm twist. Last time, inhale, palms together, overhead. Look up and back, follow the hands. And then use your exhale, slow swan dive, forward fold over the legs. Inhale is halfway lift, long back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to your high plank, long line, heels to the crown of your head. Next, inhale, shift forward, shoulders slightly over your wrist. With control, lower to your belly as you exhale. Untuck your toes. Tops of the feet root down into the earth. Press your hips down. You'll feel your knees lift up off the floor. Bring your hands to the outside the edges of your mat. Pop up onto your fingertips. Make spiders with your hands. We'll take 3 rolling cobras. On your inhale, lift the chest up, lift the chin, and then exhale, drop the chest, drop your forehead. Again, like that. Inhale, pressing into the hips, into the toes, lift the chest high. Exhale, release forehead down. 1 more time, Cobra Pose. Inhale, lift the chest, the shoulders high, little to no weight in your fingertips here, and release your forehead to the floor. Bring the palms to the mat just alongside your rib cage. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, come up through tabletop to start. And exhale right into downward facing dog. Stay for a breath in here. And a full breath out. On the breath in, reach your right heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan your hip open. So I heard this pose called a hip yawn today, which I think feels really appropriate. So let your right hip yawn open to the side. Point your knee up to the sky. Take some movement through the ankle, through the knee as you'd like. Let's take one more breath here. Keep your knee bent. Exhale your knees together so you'll feel your hips square as you pull your right knee down to the left. Inhale, extend your right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, plant your foot between your hands. Take a moment, surf back and forth. Use this movement to add more length through the left hip. Get a little bit lower and deeper into the lunge. And come into stillness. Left hand plants beneath your left shoulder. Inhale is easy twist. Reach your right fingertips to the sky. Let your gaze follow to add the twist through the neck. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take a big arm circle one direction. Really feel the mobility through the shoulder. As you exhale, take in the other direction. We'll meet easy twists on your inhale. Reach through the right fingertips. And just drop your right hand back to the mat as you exhale. On your inhale, start to tighten your belly. Press into the heels of your hand. Step your right foot back to meet the left. High plank. Tight core here. Option to drop the knees every time if you'd like. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down this time. Arms come to 90. Squeeze your elbows into the side body. Option for full upward facing dog today. Extending the elbows, opening the heart forward. Press into the tops of the feet to lift the knees and lift the thighs. Take a breath in, extra breath. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. Roll over the toes. Let's do it again. When you're ready, fill the lungs, kick your left heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, yawn your hip open to the left side. Try to pull the left knee to the sky. Movement if you'd like. If you took it on the other side, try to match it. One more breath here. Keep the leg bent. Exhale, knees come together to square the hips. Inhale, extend the left heel up and back, three-legged dog. Low lunge as you exhale. Use the core, squeeze it as you pull the leg forward for an easier transition. Kind of seesaw back and forth. Just like we did on the other side, you can move side to side, take some circles. Anything to allow a little extra stretch through the right hip flexor. Come into stillness. Right heel's lifted over your toes. Plant your right palm or fingertips beneath your right shoulder. Inhale's easy twist. Reach your left fingers to the sky. Let your gaze look up over the tips of your fingertips. Big breath in. As you exhale, one arm circle in any direction. On your inhale, reach high. Exhale, take the arm circle opposite direction. Stay one more breath in. Open the heart an extra millimeter. And then drop your left hand to the ground, low lunge as you breathe out. Inhale, press into the palms, tight belly, puff between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, step your left foot back to meet the right. Right into our flow. You can skip it if you want. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower halfway down, maybe to your belly. Inhale's heart opener, up dog, cobra, or skip it. And downward facing dog is our meeting pose. Take a breath in here. Full breath out. Find a nice stretch, whatever feels good to you right now. On the breath in, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale is low lunge. Plant your foot between your hands. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Add a little bend through the left knee. Next inhale is high lunge. Sweep up to stand. Sometimes having a bend in your back knee can create more buoyancy, stability as you go from low to high. Settle into stillness when you're lifted. Try to scoop your hips under so they're stacked just beneath the shoulders. Back is long and strong. Breathe in. Open arm twist to the right as you exhale. Inhale, high lunge, square the heart forward, arms lift up. Again, exhale, open arm twist, just like we did standing. Inhale, high lunge. Last time, exhale, open arms. Look back over the right thumb. Inhale, high lunge. And exhale, warrior two. Stay low in the right knee. Inhale, both palms flip toward the sky. Feel your shoulders melt down the back. Exhale, turn them back toward the floor, meeting in our classic warrior two. On your breath in, reach up and back, reverse your warrior, side body stretch. Exhale is extended side angle. So you can start bringing your right elbow to the top or the inside of your thigh. And as you settle into the pose, option to reach your fingertips down toward the floor, maybe your block if it's nearby. We'll hold this for about 2 more breaths to allow us to really settle in. Feel the fire build in the glute, in the quad, on your right leg. 1 more breath. Look up over your lifted hand. Stay as you exhale. Inhale a star pose. Straighten into the right leg as you stand tall. Square your hips and chest to the left side. Take 1 more breath here. Grow tall. Exhales, horse pose. Palms come heart center as you sit really low. Try to press the knees open toward the wall behind you and sit your hips a little lower. 1 more full breath cycle. Take a full inhale. Deep, long exhale. Keep the palms pressed together. Inhale, star pose. Lift up, straighten the legs. And exhale a surfer lunge into your left leg. So you bend into the left leg toward the back of your mat. And we'll hold this first one just to really settle in. Press into both heels. Stay active here. Don't just dump into the hip. If you have a really flexible hip, it's easy to kind of make this a lazy pose. Try to stay active. Feel some engagement in the inner leg line. Take a breath here. We'll transition into surfer's lunge into the right knee at the top of the mat. You can use your hands underneath the chest as you move for a little support. Nice deep bend into the right leg. So same deal, stay engaged here, pressing down through the heels. Press enough that you feel your hips lift an inch up off the floor. Firing up the right quad, breathe in. Exhale is low lunge to the back of your mat. You kind of spider walk yourself there. From our low lunge, look a foot in front of your left toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, back of the mat. Halfway lift as you breathe in, lengthen the back. Exhale, melt, forward fold. Inhale, right into chair pose. Sit your hips really low. We're not here long at all. Exhale is chair plane. Sweep your arms back behind you, palms face down. Pull your pinkies together, engage the triceps. Now as you breathe in, staff pose. Pull your left knee up into your chest as you stand tall. 90-degree bend with the leg to start. Take a breath in. Nothing moves, but as you exhale, pull your left heel toward your glute, point your toes. You'll feel your hamstring fire up. Stay for the breath in. And now as you exhale, we'll set it for dancer. Bring your left knee right next to the right one. Left hand reaches back, grabs the inside of your left foot or the ankle. And here we are. So we're in dancer's pose, reaching up through the right fingertips. This feels good. Stay right here. Work on balance. Feel the stretch in your left quad. Option to add a back bend. Starting to kick your left foot into your hand. Maybe hinging to reach your right arm toward the wall in front of you. So wherever you are, whether or not there's a back bend, focus on rooting through the right foot, lifting up through your right ankle to stay strong. 1 more breath wherever you are. Exhale, start to come out of your dancer. We'll meet in staff pose on the inhale. Pull your left knee into your chest. Slowly exhale into airplane arm lunge. Step your left toes to the back of the mat. Fly your arms up behind you. Stay for a breath in. Hinge a little deeper forward as you breathe out. Feel it in your core. Inhale, high lunge, lift tall. Exhale, open arm twist. Pull your right fingertips to the wall behind you. Let's add a back bend here. Inhale is exalted. Reach your left fingertips up and back. Right hand meets the back of the left thigh, or just the outside of the right thigh, what feels good. Stay for a breath in. Exhale is easy twist. Left hand finds the floor. Right fingertips reach to the sky. Stay for a breath in. Start to roll onto the knife edges of both feet as you exhale. We're coming into a lounging lizard. Can stay kind of halfway there. If you roll onto the knife edges of your feet, you feel big stretch in the outer right leg. Stay right there. Option to take it deeper on an exhale, hips dropping to the floor, reaching your right arm forward. Hope that makes sense. Inhale, little rainbow, press into the feet, lift the hips, reach your right arm up and over your right ear. And then again, exhales, lounging lizard, drop your hips to the floor, right arm stretches back toward your extended leg. Now inhale again, lift the hips, right arm reaches up over the ear. This time as you exhale, move into wide leg fold. So you're gonna spiral all 10 of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Hands can rest beneath your shoulders or start to walk them in between the legs, kind of using the grip of your fingertips to pull the stretch deeper. Wonder if we're all facing the same direction. I didn't give you a great directional cue, but I have a trick for that I'll introduce in just a moment. Take 2 more breaths here, really feeling the stretch through the hamstrings, maybe shifting the weight slightly into the ball mounds of both feet, letting the sit bones spread up toward the ceiling. Hands return to the space beneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your mat. So you're bending into your left leg here. Prepare on your inhale, look forward. Exhale, standing split. It doesn't have to be a huge split. All the weight shifts into the left leg. Kick your right heel to the sky. So again, it doesn't have to be burlesque show 180-degree line here. Just work on feeling the activation through the glutes as you pull your heel higher. Take a breath in. Jiva squat as you breathe out. Bend both knees. Right knee pulls behind the left. You can broaden the chest, lift it up like a half lift. And now send your right heel up to the sky again. Breathe in. Exhale, squat low. Hold your squat. Last move on this side. Right hand is planted beneath your shoulder. Add a twist. Inhale, reach your left arm up. We call this a Kundalini Jiva squat. If you're in the twist, 1 more breath in, look up. We'll meet in a forward fold on the breath out. Nice job. Give the shoulders a little shake. Maybe legs bend and straighten. We have a whole another side to do. And hopefully some of those poses, you'll remember them. Can take them a little deeper. So forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to your high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward over the shoulders. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, heart opener, cobra or upward facing dog. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay for a moment to reset. So I'm gonna take directional reference here. The front side of our mat will be north, the back of the mat south, the sides east, west. That's gonna kind of help as we spiral around. And let's do it. Left leg, inhale, kick your left heel to the sky, nice and high. Exhale, low lunge, plant your left foot between your hands. Squeeze the inner leg lines together, press down into the feet. Inhale, high lunge. Lift low to high with as much control as you can. Take the bend of the left knee a little bit deeper. Breathe in. Open arm twist to the left as you breathe out. Inhale, take it forward, high lunge. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, high lunge. Open arm twist, empty the lungs. High lunge as you breathe in, last time. Exhale, warrior 2, knife edge of your right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And take a peek at your feet. Look for heel to heel alignment. Deep bend in the left knee. Inhale, both palms face the ceiling. Let the shoulders melt down the spine. Keep them there. Exhale, palms face the floor. Breathe in, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. High five the back wall. South wall. And exhales, extended side angle. So again, elbow to knee to start. See how it feels. Find the length through the left side body and maintain it as you try to go a little bit deeper, maybe fingertips to the floor or a block. Gaze up over the right thumb, breathe in. Press the crown of your head forward as you exhale. One more time, breathe in. And stay for the full exhale. Star pose on your inhale. Extend both legs, turn your heels in, toes out. Horse pose as you exhale. Sit low in the hips. On your inhale, try to lift your chest up. On your exhale, hips sink lower. Palms stay together. Inhale, star pose. Lift the hands overhead. Exhale, surfer lunge to the back of the mat, south side of your mat. So you're bending into your right knee. Hips are a little warmer, a little more open. Maybe this feels deeper than before. Stay active. Press into the heels. Breathe in. Transition, surfer lunge, north side of your mat, left leg, take it forward. Again, use your hands for the transition if you'd like. Keep them heart center for a little extra balance work. Breathe in. Surfer lunge, low lunge, back of your mat. Careful as you transition from an open hip to a closed hip in our lunge. From the low lunge, look about a foot in front of your right toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, step into a forward fold, melt over the legs. Halfway lift, lengthen out the back, tight belly. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, chair pose, nice and low through the hips. Lift the chest high. Exhale, airplane through the torso, sweep the arms up behind you. Inhale, staff pose as you stand tall. Bring your right knee into your chest, flex your foot. As you exhale, point your toes, pull your right heel in toward your glute. Hold it for the inhale, really squeeze your heel and glute together. And then exhale, knees come together, set up for dancer on the other side. Right hand finds the inside of your right foot or ankle. And there you are. We're all in dancer's pose. Stay right here. Option to add a little spinal bend in if you'd like to take it deeper. For the back bend, start to kick your foot into your hand. Maybe you kick so much you feel the right quad light up. You can hinge forward, reach your left fingertips in front of you. Bigger little bend in the left knee will help you find balance. Take one more breath in. Use your exhale to slowly start to come out of the pose. We'll meet staff pose on the inhale. Exhale, airplane arm lunge. Right foot steps behind you. Stay low through the left leg. High lunge as you breathe in. Lift up your chest. Exhale, open arm twist. Left fingertips pull behind you. Back bend if you'd like. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Reach up and back with the through your right fingertips. Your left hand meets the back of your right thigh, or just holds on to the outside of your left thigh. One more breath, whatever variation you're in. Exhale slowly into your easy twist. Tighten your core to support the back as you lower right palm to the floor. Inhale, lift up through the left fingertips. As you exhale, start to roll onto the knife edges of your feet. See how that feels on the outside of the left hip. Stay for a breath in. Option to take it deeper as you exhale, lounging lizard, dropping your hips toward the floor, reaching toward the extended leg behind you. Inhale, let's rainbow up. Lift your hips to the sky. Reach your left arm up and overhead. And then exhale, lounging lizard. Drop your hips down toward the floor, reach back. Last time, inhale, rainbow. Lift up the hips. Reach your left arm up and over. And as you exhale, keep reaching all the way around. We'll meet in a wide leg forward fold. Toes are pointing toward the west side of your mat. Not as long in this side's forward fold. Add a little bend in the knees. Roll your weight into the ball mounds of your feet. See if that lengthens your hamstring stretch a little bit more. Breathe in. Maybe sigh out your mouth. Take a moment of rest. Release some heat. Hands come beneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Take a low lunge toward the north side, top of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Look forward. Prepare as you inhale. Exhale, launch into standing split. Right leg is your base. Send your left heel to the sky. Again, no stress how high your left leg gets. Try to rotate all 5 of your left toes so they're pointing toward the floor. Breathe in here. Take your Jiva squat as you breathe out. Bend both knees. Hug your left knee behind the right. Lift up the chest just like a half lift. Re-extend the legs. Standing split. Kick your heel to the sky. And then again, bend both knees. Squat really low. Stay right here, or maybe add the twist, planting your left palm beneath the shoulder. Inhaling, open, right fingertips reach toward the sky. Maybe your gaze follows your right hand. Hold for 1 breath in. And exhale. Let's all meet in a forward fold. Hang heavy over the legs. Add a big bend through the knees. Take your first 2 fingers, your peace sign fingers, wrap them around your big toes. So you're wrapping around the inner edge of the big toes between the first and second toe, like a little claw with your hands. When you have this bind, keep the nice bend in your knees. Take a halfway lift to pull the heart forward. And your exhale, melt your chest over the legs and relax for a moment. Let the head hang heavy. Gravity pulls the crown of your head toward the floor. Breathe in here. Release the grip of your toes as you exhale. Heel toe your feet together. On your inhale, halfway lift, just a regular half lift. As you exhale, plant your palms, step or hop to your high plank. Tighten the whole body. Inhale, shift shoulders over wrist. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shine the heart forward. And exhale is downward facing dog. Stay for 2 breaths. Breathe freely. Find a nice stretch, maybe some movement through the legs, through the hips. On your breath in, kick your right heel to the sky. Exhale is half pigeon. Nice and easy as you transition. Pull your right knee up toward the right wrist. Your right ankle pulls toward the left wrist. Now stay lifted as you settle into the pose. Take a peek over your right shoulder. See if your left toes are relaxed, untucked, pointed toward the wall behind you. And start to settle in, maybe walking yourself forward, dropping onto your forearms. You can fully extend the arms forward for a deep sleeping pigeon. Forehead resting down on the mat. You can make a little pillow with your hands to rest your forehead on if you'd like. Half pigeon creates a really extreme release through the hips. So we're trying to find a nice balance between the strain of the stretch and the relaxation that we feel as our heart rate lowers and we come into this deep static hold. Even in these relaxing postures, there's a challenge. Just try to find joy in the challenge. Take a few more breaths on the right side. If you'd like to add on to the pose, you can press back into the palms so the chest lifts up. So I'm going to add a quad stretch through the left leg. So before I find the bind hand to foot, I'm going to use the strength of my hamstring to pull my left heel toward my glute. So press the left knee down, squeeze your left heel toward your left bum, and then reach the left arm up to lift the chest, back and around. Maybe there's a bind there that feels far away. Every day we try, we get a little bit closer. So if you have the bind, shift your hand to the outer edge, the knife edge of your left foot. This is going to allow you to rotate your left shoulder forward so our chest is square to the top of the mat. I know this is a really long hold. It's actually really beneficial to hold these deep yin postures and allow us to melt to our extreme. One more breath here. If you have the bind, carefully release it without letting your foot slam to the floor. Press into your palms, tuck your left toes under. On your inhale, 3-leg dog. Shoot your right heel to the sky, nice and high. If you'd like to take a counter posture, maybe bend your right knee for a hip yawn. Or you can take a wild thing pose, rolling onto the knife edge of your left foot, dropping your right foot to the floor behind you. Stay lifted up on your right toes. This will keep the hips high and allow them to open fuller. If you're in wild thing, reach your right arm overhead toward the north side of your mat. Breathe in, everyone together. Your exhale will take us into downward facing dog. Nice and slow on the transition coming out. Walk out the dog. See how the legs feel different. One's tighter, one's looser. We'll even it out with the left side. Inhale, left heel reaches to the sky. Exhale is left side half pigeon. Make sure you flex your left toes to stay engaged through the joints, the ligaments in your left knee. Keep your chest lifted to start. Take a peek over your shoulder. Make sure that your right toes are untucked. Top of the right foot is pressing down. As you start to relax, you can come down onto your forearms. Or again, maybe the same variation with the arms you took on the other side, reaching forward. Notice how one side feels different than the other. Your left hip looser, tighter than the right. Maybe this side needs a support underneath your left hip. Or maybe you're really flat to the floor. We're not symmetrical beings, so nothing to be anxious about. Take another full breath cycle. And then if you'd like to add the quad stretch, the twist on this side, press back into your palm. No bind, just stay right where you are. Lift the chest high. Again, first engage your right hamstring before binding hand to foot. So pull your right heel toward your seat. Right arm sweeps up to the sky, back and around, finding the knife edge of the right foot. This side is different. The foot might be farther away, closer to the body. Ain't no thing either way. Little kick of your foot into your hand. If you have the bind, you'll feel your heart lift a little bit. This will add a back bend. One more breath, whatever variation you're in. If you have the bind, careful release. Again, don't let your foot slam to the ground. Press into your palms, right toes tuck under. Your inhale will bring you to 3-leg dog, heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan the hip, open, big yawn. Stay, maybe flip your dog, take wild thing on this side, rolling on knife edge of the right foot, dropping your left toes to the floor behind you. If you're taking wild thing, press your hips open to the sky, reach your left arm up overhead. This is a big spinal movement, but we're warm, so it's great. One more breath in. Exhale takes us all to our last downward facing dog. Stay here for one breath. Exhale all of your air, let it go. Bend the knees, lift your heels, Look forward between your thumbs. And exhale, easy transition to a seat. Just step forward, drop down onto your bum. Pull your knees into your chest. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in. And exhale right onto your back. We'll take 2 back bends here. Starting with bridge, of course, jump into wheel if you're ready. Let your hands for bridge pose rest alongside your hips. Squeeze the heels in close enough you can feel your fingers brush the back of your Achilles. Pull your chin slightly into your chest, just like we did in the beginning of class, to open up the back of the neck so our spine is really long here to start. Now when you're ready, press into the heels, press into the shoulders. Inhale, lift your hips to the sky and hold. Imagine you're squeezing your block or something so thin, a piece of paper between the inner thighs, between the knees. Press a little harder through the feet. See if your hips can lift a little bit higher. Now try to relax your glutes here. See how that adds engagement to the back of your thighs. Breathe in. Release hips to the floor as you breathe out. Can kind of windshield wipe your knees side to side. Little release on the low back before round 2. So our last big push, big pose. Take bridge or full wheel if you'd like. I'll cue wheel this time. Planting your palms alongside the ears, fingertips point toward your heels. Heels are just in line with the hips. Press into the heels, press into your palms. On your inhale, lift up onto the crown of your head first. See how this feels. If you want to extend the arms, start to press even harder into the palms. Feel the crown of your head lift up off the floor. Maybe it lifts just a millimeter today, maybe a whole inch. Again, try to relax your glutes, but squeeze the inner leg line together. 1 breath in. Tuck your chin to your chest, slow exhale, slow lower onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. You take little circles with the knees. Feel the massage on the low back. We'll set up for happy baby pose. Bring the knees wide around the chest. Kick your heels toward the sky. And then reach your hands for a bind around the backside of the leg, back of the quads. Bring your hands to your what are these things? Calves. Maybe they find the feet. Whatever bind you have, check in with the low spine, root it to the floor. You rock side to side, bend and straighten into the legs if that feels good. Allow yourself to explore this last pose as deeply or as shallow as you'd like. Take 1 breath in here. Release your bind as you exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Last time, inhale, make a tiny, tiny little ball with the body. Bring your forehead up to your knees. You create a tiny seed. And as you exhale, blossom open into your final rest. We'll just stay here for a moment. Of course, you're welcome to rest here longer if you'd like. Final rest is the most important pose. I'm sure you've all heard that before. This is where everything, all the effort we put in to the movement aspect of our class, everything clicks in the body. We give our body a moment to sit still and reset. Walk up off the mat. New strength, new flexibility, new focus. I'll take 3 more deep breath cycles here. Try to close the eyes if you're comfortable. Feel the whole of your center body as you inhale. Make sure you exhale every last ounce of air out. Last breath in. Big sigh of relief, big release out the mouth as you exhale. Hug your knees into your chest if you're ready to move. Roll onto one side. Press into the hands. Use them to guide you up to a seated position. Easy seat. We'll close with one breath as a group. On your inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Stretch out long through the back. And exhale, hands to heart center. We are finished. Thank you so much. Jonathan has so kindly been recording these classes. If you want to keep up, they're on YouTube. I'm sharing the link, and I'm excited to see you all next week. Please let me know how this felt.